Salut, c'est Géraldine, bienvenue sur Comme une Française TV, Sound French, even to the French. As Victor Hugo once wrote, le Mont-Saint-Michel apparaît comme une chose sublime, une pyramide merveilleuse. Le Mont-Saint-Michel apparaît comme une chose sublime, une pyramide merveilleuse. The Mont-Saint-Michel appears like something sublime, a wonderful pyramid. A giant rock standing strong in the middle of the bay, an island in a sea of sand, an ancestral city whose towers rise up to the sky for the greater glory of God. The Mont-Saint-Michel is really a sight to behold, one of the French wonders. C'est parti! The mount is a famous tourist site. 3 million visitors walk up the rock each year. It's among the top 10 most visited French landmarks and the first outside of the Parisian area. It's been depicted in art since the Bayeux tapestry and is nowadays in various movies from Terrence Malick to Michael Bay. It's also the inspiration for many fictional cities as well, from the city of Amber to Minas Tirith and Old Town in Game of Thrones. And it's a real place in La Normandie as well. There are some subtleties in the names we use. Le Mont-Saint-Michel is the official name of the city, capitalized and hyphenated. It's a town with its own administration, inhabitants and official borders. It's une commune Française, a French town. Within its borders, you will find le Mont-Saint-Michel, the Saint-Michel Mount, okay? The rock itself dedicated to Saint Michael. It stands in the middle of la baie du Mont-Saint-Michel, la baie du Mont-Saint-Michel, the bay of the Mount Saint-Michel, a sand plain in Normandy, sometimes completely submerged under the water of La Manche, literally the sleeve. That's how we call the English Channel, La Manche. The city used to be a monastery, a place of pilgrimage, a jail, then un monument historique, a historical building, un monument historique, officially protected by the state. It even became a World Heritage Site. To access the site, you can park a few kilometers from the rock outside of the bay. You can then take the official bus or walk and cross the bridge over the bay. You will find more practical information such as prices or timetables on the website of their Office du Tourisme, the tourist office, Office du Tourisme. You will find the link on the blog below the video as usual. L'Abbey, the Abbey, is the center of the site. It's been a place of prayer, worship and pilgrimage since the 9th century during the Viking raids on the coast. Since then, the Abbey has survived through centuries. It's even been a battlefield in la guerre de Cent Ans, the 100-year war between French and English kingdoms. It never stopped growing, stone after stone, tower after tower, until it became a wonder of l'architecture gothique, the Gothic architecture. The monks' numbers, however, slowly declined until the end of the 18th century. With the revolution, the religious orders were in the end expelled from the city and the abbey was only used as a jail, yes, until finally a campaign led by Victor Hugo in the 19th century finally turned the site into a protected place of heritage and history at last. The monks returned in the early 20th century and are still active today. You can even spend a few days there in spiritual retreat with them if you want. For most people, however, the Abbey is a nice visit to make. The guided tour leads you through the arches of the chapels, the cloisters, and most importantly, the view on the majestic bay. La ville du Mont-Saint-Michel, the city of the Mont-Saint-Michel, is a tourist town between the ramparts. The streets are steep and narrow and made of cobblestones. They wind along the slopes of the mount from the sea up to the abbey 100 meters higher. The 43 official inhabitants of the city are called les Montois, les Montois. They earn their living thanks to tourism, of course. To accommodate around 3 million visitors each year, the town is teeming with restaurants from the traditional crêpe normande, Norman pancakes, to the occasional kebab. It's also full of hotels and souvenir shops, and old houses and lovely points of view of the bay through the walls. And that's when you find out exactly why the site is so successful and has stood so well protected during the centuries. The rock is a famous tidal island. During the low tide, it stands in the middle of the sand, but when the high tide slowly rolls in, it becomes an island separated from the continent. You will find a more in-depth explanation in the link below the video thanks to the popular science TV show C'est pas sorcier on this exact topic. Anyway, this phenomenon made the city a great fortress during the Middle Ages, as well as a powerful prison later. In recent years, there used to be a levee to cross the bay that prevented this from occurring. It's been replaced in the last few years by a new bridge. The rock became an island again. If you're brave enough, you can take a walk in the bay. I did it, it's awesome. From time to time we hear tales of quicksand or people being trapped on a small sand island when the sea comes back and ending up trapped by the water. That's why you have to follow an officially trained guide to see the area. That's very, very, very important. You can do that on foot or even riding horses. Several companies can lend you guides and horses around the bay, and you can spend the day riding around the wonders of the Mont-Saint-Michel, natural and man-made. Et toi, have you ever been to the Mont-Saint-Michel? How was your visit? Any tips to share? Which other French monument would you like me to talk about? Share your experience and your tips in French if you dare in the comments below the video on the blog. We can all learn from your story. The comment section is the best place to start discussions and ask me questions. So please comment if you like this video or if you have something else you want me to talk about. I read all the comments, especially yours. If you like this video, share it with your friends on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Pinterest, with your friends, neighbors and brothers. Help me spread the word about Comme, Française. Merci. Love French, dream of sounding French, even do the French learn how with me, Géraldine, on commeunfrançaise.com, and subscribe to my email updates for exclusive tips on real life in France every Tuesday, plus an exclusive video lesson, Introduce Yourself in French. And it's free. Merci for watching Comme Française TV, sound French, even to the French. Allez, salut et bonne visite.